show is your art, right? Like what is your creative process like?
To be honest, the reason why I ask people so many questions now, is because I feel like I never want to lack inspiration. So I feel like the source of all inspiration is people. Maybe not all inspiration, but most art or just forms of art are people. So if I just tap into that source, I'll always be inspired. Um, I last had a conversation for like 45, like almost like the conversation that we had.
Yeah.
But I love these things because it just teaches me so much about what it means to be human, and how it almost feels the same, but it's just different for everyone. Um, and yeah, like I think that my inspiration is always people, and that's how I get into like the process of art. I just think about the things that I talked about throughout the day, and as I'm drawing, I come up with these phrases, these words, these shapes, these people. Um, I choose the colors based on how I feel, uh, or if I feel the people were feeling while they were expressing what they're saying. Um, yeah, there's a lot of like, I even get inspired by things that I watch, like the Genius documentary. Like his mother said something that just changed, like opened up my whole entire mind, and I realized that I kind of shared that same sentiment. And she told Ye, he's like, the monster looks in the mirror and sees nothing, and I feel like we're all monsters. You're a monster, John. You're a monster, Vic. But sometimes we look at ourselves and we're like, I'm nothing. And why is that? Sometimes it's a fear of our own passion. Sometimes it's a fear of what we are capable of doing. Um, so yeah, like I get inspired by everything. Mostly like just things that I talk about with people. It's not like a flower or like the sun or like the way somebody's walking down the street. Like it's usually what people say, the moments, the moments. Like what you said, like you capture the moments of things that make you happy or the things that remind you of what you have. Like that's what I do.
I think that's powerful. I really, really like that quote. The monster looks in the mirror and sees nothing. Man, I really, really like that.
Yeah, bro. And then
I gotta watch that documentary.
Yeah, you have to. It's not just like it's not just about like Kanye, but it's just like this is a person, like any other person that had an idea and then put effort into it and made it into fruition with the support of his mother and others. Like it gives me so much inspiration and lets me know that I can do it too.
I think that a fisherman always keeps another fisherman. A fisherman always sees another fisherman from afar, and I felt when I met you, I felt that same connection. That same. I agree with everything you're saying. I think that's why the fuck not us? Why not us? Why not any of us? I feel like most people aren't able to ever reach their dreams because they don't try, or they never take the first step on that 1,000-mile journey. They never try. They try and eat the whole elephant. How do you eat an elephant? One bite at a fucking time.
Right.
And that's what you're doing. And with this show, right? We're growing, but I don't have millions of people aren't listening to me, but I don't really give a fuck. And they might never, but this show makes me so happy. And the ability to widen my network, my social circle, and to learn and to have these conversations with unique and interesting individuals, that's why I do it. I don't do it for any other reason other
Right.
than it's a dream of mine, maybe a pipe dream, but it's something that I think I'm fucking good at, and I think I can only get better.
Right.
And yeah, I
Yo, if
love
I was
to.
right there, I would dab you up. I would dab you up, man. Like for real. Like I feel the same way. Like you're you shouldn't do something because of what it could give you in the future. You should do something because of what's it gives you in the present. Everything
Yeah.
has to do with what's right now.
Yes.
That's why I see my brother once in a while because he has a daughter that he just had. And I see her and I see my brother and we talk. Like everything comes together one day at a time.
Mm-hmm.
You have to enjoy the moments.
Because this is all we have. The
Yeah.
present moment right now between you and me, this is all there is. The
Hmm.
past, it's already happened. The future has yet to be. So we
Right.
have to really be in this moment and fully be here. And there's something to that. Uh, it, it's such a simple concept, yet so incredibly different. And one of the craziest things I read in a book, I think it's called Eagle Against the Sun, and it's about World War II American troops and fighting in the South Pacific. And one of
Oh.
the lines that the author says is a lot of these people come back and they're dead. They're dead men walking. And I'm going to butcher this, but it was something along the lines of when all you have is today, because all your buddies are dying left and right, you find that food tastes a little bit better, that you laugh a little bit harder, and you find
Hmm.
yourself looking at the sunrises and the sunsets and truly appreciating them because this is all you have. And
Right.
there's a certain types of humans really appreciate that. And when they come home, they begin to miss combat. They begin to miss the chaos because they were truly living in those moments. And
Hmm.
you find that even now. There was a movie about it. What is it? The Hurt Locker was all about that. Like the dude didn't ever feel alive until he was defusing bombs in Iraq. That's why it's such a profound movie to me. It's
Man.
so yeah, man. I definitely dig what you're saying.
Thank
Um,
you.
what kind of, like you said that you paint colors based off of how you feel. What kind of colors do you use? Do, when you're
Yo.
feeling happy, sad, are there certain colors, or is that?
So I'm a big fan of yellow and red.
Mm-hmm,
Uh, as well as green because I feel like those are just just like lively colors. Like yellow in certain countries means good luck. In certain countries it means cowardice. Um, and then red means passion. To me, it means passion, complete passion,
mm-hmm,
because I feel like that's like I don't know, that's like our blood. Like if passion should be in our blood, so that's how I picture passion. Then we have green, which means wealth, not
mm-hmm,
money, but like riches, like actual wealth. Um, and then like I feel like whenever I'm making something that's like with black on
mm-hmm.
it, I always feel certain because I
Oh,
feel like
really?
yeah, like I know what I want to make with this because it's powerful. I know that it's gonna be done well. Like whenever I made this piece that says I wish I had the pieces on me, but it says uh fuck finding yourself. Everything you need is already inside you. So start creating yourself. And so yeah,
I love
like
that.
these pieces I make them literally with black ink because I feel like it just shows how serious I am about what I'm saying with the art.
Mm-hmm,
Um and then it ranges when I'm feeling like So I suffer from like depression, obviously, and and I overthink a lot. So whenever I'm overthinking and my mind is just everywhere at once,
Hmm.
I tend to use an explosion of colors. So there's, I guess, yeah, I always allow my emotions and my feelings of the way I've navigated through the day kind of translate through my art.
Why is it? I'm very much the same way. I think that I'm mainly, I would say, about 85% of the time super positive, ready to go. But then sometimes it's something very, very simple generally, like that will throw me off my routine of badassery and kind of make me a couch potato, and I'll maybe watch a little bit too much TV, and then I'll start feeling down. I, my problem is sometimes I've changed this quite a bit, but sometimes I would tend to stay down a little too long. Like sometimes it'd be like
Mm,
weeks where I'm just eating garbage and watching TV and just like, and I've always wondered, like, do you have those same like problems where you kind of get into a slump where you're down and generally the steps to take to get yourself out of the slump, but sometimes you just delay in picking yourself up? Like, does that is that something that happens to you?
yeah, man. Um, a lot more often than I like to kind of um admit, but I've come to realize that I don't know. I have to allow myself to go through those motions of
Mm,
going down, um, because that way I know how it feels, and I don't want to be there next time. You know, and I think the biggest reasons why we kind of tend to go into it though is because you're addicted to the feeling of being at a standstill. You know that standstill makes you feel good in the moment, because you don't feel like you're doing, like you don't have to do anything, like there's no
fuck.
responsibilities in the moment. So where I feel like I get addicted to that. um but then that's why I'm so thankful for my dog too, because she's always like bringing me back. Like I gotta walk my dog, I gotta take my dog out,
Hmm.
and yeah, these are like I don't know what I would do without my the I guess the things and the people I have in my life. But yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I do go into those moments, but then I remind myself to create small goals. So
Mm,
even if you're going through those moments of stillness, you can also allow yourself to do something around it that
yeah,
makes you feel good. Like those little rewards, those little like accomplishments make you feel so good. The other day,
yeah,
I literally cleared out my whole closet and reorganized it just because I wasn't doing anything,
yeah.
and it made me feel good after that. Sorry,
Yes.
go ahead.
No, no, no. I agree.
After that, sorry.
Yeah. First thing I do when and I feel, I love this because this has now turned into a therapy session, which is nice. um,